Ladies and gentlemen, public memory is short in India. Maybe, just maybe, it's a self-defense mechanism to cope with political corruption, to cope with bureaucratic apathy, to cope with criminal negligence, to cope with systemic failure. Maybe why it was so easy for all of us to forget what happened in Morbi just 15 months ago. Let me remind you. On October 30th, 2022, a 19th century bridge collapsed in Gujarat, drowning 135 people. Why? Because a corrupt system had let the bridge open without inspection and then loaded people on it way beyond its capacity. The tragedy that ensued will go down history as one of the worst in India. That tragedy, barely 15 months ago, should have ensured that municipalities across India wake from their slumber and put safety nets around public infrastructure so that no more people die. Forget India. Morbi has not even woken up Vadodara, which is barely 300 kilometers away in the same state. And so, 14 children have died. You want to take a look at them? Let me show them to you. Here they are, on CCTV, right before boarding their boat on the Harni Lake. They were out on a school picnic. Most of them, as you can probably make out, just 10 years old. Two of them here born to parents who had waited 17 years for a child. Now, as you look at these children, just know that this is the last picture or video their parents will have of them, the last. The next set of pictures were just too heartbreaking for me to show all of you. Their little bodies being pulled out, cold and lifeless. I simply couldn't put them out. Ladies and gentlemen, don't make the mistake of thinking that these children died in an accident. They didn't. This wasn't an accident. This is murder. Let me tell you why. First, the boat didn't capsize on its own, ladies and gentlemen. It capsized because it was overloaded. Instead of its carrying capacity of 16, there were 34 people on it. Why? And who allowed this? Even if the teachers with the children had said that we will all fit in, these are little children, why did the boat operators allow this? The criminal negligence doesn't end there. No one was wearing life jackets. How is it possible for you to put children on boats, and most of these children who cannot swim, and not secure them with life jackets? Life jackets save lives. The 14 children and 2 teachers who died didn't have to die. They were killed. Not for a minute do I believe that the Vadodara municipality was unaware of what was going on in one of their most popular picnic spots. Not for a moment do I believe that they were unaware of rules being flouted. They shut their eyes for whatever reasons. And now they have blood on their hands. The Vadodara municipality, ladies and gentlemen, cannot wash its hands off for a simple reason. The reason is the boating facility at Harni Lake is run by a private company called Kotia Projects under a public-private partnership with the Vadodara municipality. 6 people have been arrested. Obviously, no one from the municipality. 18 children survived the tragedy. Hear from one of them.
फिर है ना कुछ जन है ना नीचे चले गए ने मैं एकला था ने कुछ जन ऊपर आके बोट पकड़ ली ने हम बोट के ऊपर गए ने पाइप आई ने हम पाइप पकड़ के ऊपर आ गए।
कितने बच्चे बिठाए थे अंदर?
30
बच्चे बिठाए। और टीचर्स कितने थे?
3।
3 टीचर्स थे। और जैकेट्स पहनाए तू?
जैकेट पहनाया था? नहीं पहना।
पिकनिक पे लेके गए थे, नाव में बिठाए थे वो तो, और ये लोग कुछ सेफ्टी भी नहीं पहनाए थे बच्चों को, और 12 जन की नाव थी वो, तो लोग 27 जन टोटल बैठे थे। तो ये तो गलत है ना, छोटे छोटे मासूम बच्चे, कितने बच्चे हमारे, तो हमारा एक बच्चा ऑफ भी हो गया।
The opposition party too in Gujarat is calling this a murder, and this is a murder. The Congress party is even bringing out another fact. They are saying the contractors were allotted the project in 2016 despite their objections. And the objection was that a similar incident had happened in 1990 as well. Listen in.
बेसिकली ये इंसिडेंट है, वो मैं एक्सीडेंट नहीं गिनती, हम लोग इसे एक एक्ट ऑफ मर्डर गिन रहे हैं, और डिमांड की है कि सिटिंग जज ये पूरी एपिसोड की इंक्वायरी करे, और जो कसूरवार पाए जाए सभी पे मानव वध का जो क्रिमिनल केस है वो फाइल होना चाहिए, क्योंकि दिस इज़ अ शेयर एक्ट ऑफ नेग्लिजेंस। अगर आप देखोगे तो जो नियम है उसके हिसाब से लोगों को बिठाया नहीं गया, लाइफ जैकेट्स नहीं थे, 14 की कैपेसिटी की बोट में 28 लोग को बिठाना, लाइफ जैकेट के बिना बिठाना, लाइफ गार्ड नहीं होना, ये सब क्रिमिनल एक्ट है।
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm now being joined by a father who has lost 2 children, not one but 2 children in this tragedy. As I said, this is not an accident, this is a murder. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमसे जुड़ने के लिए। मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा इस समय मैं आपसे क्या सवाल पूछूं। मैं आपसे जानना चाहती हूं कि जो हुआ उसको आप किस तरह देख रहे हैं? क्या आप देख रहे हैं कि एक एक्सीडेंट था, या आप कह रहे हैं कि ये डेलिब्रेट था, ये तो मर्डर है? अगर बच्चों को आप लाइफ बोट नहीं देंगे, अगर बोट में आप 12 की जगह 24 या 27 लोगों को बिठाएंगे, तब ये तो मर्डर है, ये एक्सीडेंट नहीं है।
हमारे बहुत सारे नौजवान, बहुत सारे बड़े लोग वहाँ पर, इसलिए हमारे जो हम हमारे साथ हैं, हम इन बच्चों के साथ हैं, इनके साथ हैं, ये हमारा हौसला बढ़ा रहे हैं। अल्लाह ताला इनके वालिदैन को, इनकी वालिदा को खास तौर पर सब्र नबी अता फरमाए, उनके दिलों को सुकून अता फरमाए, एक ईमान अता फरमाए। बच्चों का नबी गाना अलैहिस्सलाम ने इरशाद फरमाया कि ये बच्चे कयामत के दिन माँ बाप को हाथ पकड़ के जन्नत में ले जाएंगे। बाद रिवायतों में तो आता है कि बच्चे खड़े हो जाएंगे, आ जाएंगे, तो मौलाना अभी तो हम प्रिय मदद नहीं जाते।
मेरे को आपकी आवाज़ बहुत क्लियरली नहीं आ रही है, मुझे आपकी आवाज़ बहुत क्लियरली नहीं आ रही है, लेकिन मैं देख सकती हूँ कि आपके बच्चों की वहाँ मिट्टी हो रही है, मैं ये देख सकती हूँ। एंड आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट यू टू प्लीज़ complete the final rites. हमसे जुड़ने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. We'll try and speak to you a little later. This is a moment I think the family needs to be on their own, and they need some space and time. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you even actually ask a parent who's bearing two of his children, and he's telling us that he had these children after 17 years of praying at every shrine possible in India. He waited 17 years for children. He finally gets them, a boy and a girl, studying in the same school, studying in the same class, out on a picnic, and then you know what happens. R.S. Patania, spokesperson of the BJP, is joining us on the broadcast. Nishant Rawal is spokesperson of the Congress party, joining us as well. And Huda Zariwala is a political analyst with us. And Utkarsh Dave is someone who has looked at Morbi very closely, because he was the lawyer of one of the victims. Thank you all very much for joining us. पठानिया जी, गुस्सा क्यों नहीं आता हम लोगों को ऐसी चीजों पे? What have we become as a country? We outrage over everything. We will outrage for 5 straight days over Maldives and what 2 stupid people in Maldives have said about our Prime Minister. We will outrage and we will outrage and we will outrage. And yet there is no anger when 14 children, school-going children as young as 10, drown because of criminal apathy and negligence.
Shreya, virtually distressing, appalling, and no words to say sorry. My heart goes out to all the people who have lost their near and dears. But a very, very dangerous and an appalling monotony about the boat capsizing in India. It was earlier centered in and around Kerala, but now unluckily Gujarat has also become party to it. In Kerala, we used to have news: 22 people died, 24 dead, security measures not followed. One point that now this is not an occasion for patting on somebody's back, but one point that the district administration has taken the appropriate stance. A case for culpable homicide, 304. It's as good as murder. And criminal negligence also stands registered. Two people stand behind
But
the
they have
bars.
not done
18
anyone
people
any
booked
favors,
also.
Mr.
PM has
Pathania.
expressed his,
Have they done anyone any favors, Mr. Pathania?
Ji.
If they have put a
No,
charge of
absolutely not.
culpable
Absolutely not.
homicide, have they done any favors to
Absolutely.
anyone? So you cannot pat them
Absolutely
on
not,
their
Shreya.
backs at all. In fact, the
My
police needs to be asked some questions as well in Vadodara. This is one of Vadodara's most popular picnic spots, sir. Were they not aware that people, forget these children, that people were being put on boats without safety nets, without safety vests? Aap bataiye. Is it possible for the municipality and the administration not to know what is happening? What about the municipality that is run by the BJP? I don't want to make this BJP versus Congress.
I also don't.
But what about the municipality? Were they not aware that boats are being overloaded?
Over-serviced
This
also.
boating facility, Mr. Pathania, runs on a public-private. Yes.
Absolutely.
This is a public-private partnership. The Vadodara administration is as responsible as the private players. Were they not aware?
My very, very respectful submission. I started with a series of boat capsizes in Kerala, and now Vadodara is also a sorry.
अरे आप केरल में छोड़िए वडोदरा बोलिए.
My submission means that let us on pan-India basis. Let us start it on pan-India basis. Let's start with certain do's and certain do nots with regard to such, so that such incidents don't happen in future. So we need to take care of.
No, this is what we said for Morbi as well, na?
In Kerala, it happens.
Sir, 15 months ago, forget Dal Lake.
Yes.
Forget Kerala. Let's talk about what happened in Vadodara, sir. Because 300 kilometers away from Vadodara is Morbi, where 15 months ago, again, apathy and criminal negligence by the system had led to the death of 135 people. And back then also, everyone had said the same thing. This is a wake-up call. Now we will need to ensure that all municipalities are vigilant and all public infrastructure where people go and people use, it's safe, that we will do the inspections. We will ensure nothing goes wrong. In the state of Gujarat, only 300 kilometers away, look at what has happened. Let me get in Huda Zaribala. I think she wanted to say something. Huda, go ahead, please.
Please.
I am honestly at a loss of words today. There is literally nothing that one can say that will ease out the pain of the parents who have lost those innocent tiny children, of the two teachers that we have lost in the process. This is, an utter failure by the state of Gujarat. It is clearly the municipality that is involved. Where is the BJP now? Are they going to come and take due cognizance of the matter? Are they going to accept the fact that this is, yes, a clear mistake from their side? And what are the steps that they're going to do to actually okay it in the future, to actually make sure that these instances are not repeated in the future. I mean, where were the life jackets? Why did we not have enough checks and balances in place? How is something after the Morbi Bridge allowed to happen in a state like Gujarat, supposedly the Prime Minister's state, supposedly the state which has, you know, most of the investments, and we have vibrant Gujarat and all of that. But on the other hand, these poor innocent people, where is the state for them? And what is the kind of I was reading the news, they've been provided like 2 lakh amount. I mean, that is not even sufficient amount to, it does not even begin to cover the expenses,
No, I know.
the emotional expenses,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
emotional
No,
trauma.
forget the expenses. I mean, forget the
on-
expenses. Huda, this is what I find completely indecent and distasteful, frankly. The moment there is a tragedy, 2 lakh rupees ka ex gratia announced. I mean, for heaven's sake.
These are
For
children.
heaven's
These are
sake,
small,
don't
innocent
do this.
children.
What are you trying to tell those parents? That those 2 lakh rupees
Absolutely.
or 5 lakh rupees is compensation for their children's death. I find that completely distasteful. Let me, before I go to Nishant, let me go across to Utkarsh Dave. Utkarsh Dave, even Morbi victims were offered this money, this ex gratia, which I frankly think is insulting. आपके बच्चे मर गए हैं, and the state government will announce an ex gratia. What does it even mean? That take this money and keep quiet.
It is quite disheartening, but let me be very open with you. This tragedy that has happened in Vadodara is a double synonym of what has happened in Morbi. I say it very gravely because I litigate for 112 victims who have passed away in Morbi Bridge tragedy. Let me tell you that it is a procedural lapse, number one. It is a supervisory lapse, number two. It is a random checking lapse. It is a lapse so far as visits from nodal officers are concerned. It is a lapse so far as open biddings are concerned. It is a lapse so far as the committee reports are concerned. It is a lapse so far as expert opinions are concerned. If you would, I'm sure you must be made privy to the photos and pictures of the boat that is being surfaced online. Double the capacity, a boat that has a capacity of 16 or 17 children or 16 or 17 people. More than that, in double capacity, people are stuffed like cows and buffaloes. I may not even use the words cows and buffaloes. People are stuck like animals. No one is there to take care of it. How tickets are being sold, no one is there to take care of it. A school, Shreya, is organizing a picnic. That school is the school organizing a picnic with the permission of DEO, that is District Education Officer? Is the DEO known to the fact that such private school is taking children to the picnic with a risk of their life? The teachers who are the mentors considered for those children, it is not that a children pays 350 rupees or 450 rupees per person for going to the picnic. It is something that is a school that is responsible for this responsibility of those small kids who have passed away. My say is, was the school not made aware that there are no life jackets in Syria? I think kindly see the pictures of the boats that are floating on your own screen. Was this boat supposed to be a boat in which a man could sit? The most important part, Shreya, but I would say that I have said in Morbi as well. The most important part, when any tragedy like this happens, the most important part that a state does is to conduct a rescue operation. I fail to understand with a limited practice. I fail to understand what hurry these people get in registering an offense so vaguely. In Morbi also offense was registered quickly. Here also offense is registered under those individuals who has probably the minimal of the minimal role. Where is BMC officials here? When I say municipal corporation is absolutely responsible here, no one from the municipal corporation is named. No one from the office of the district collector is named. These people have issued NOCs. These people have established committees to look into it. And I fail to understand, Shreya. I say it with grave responsibility because I come from Gujarat and I stay in a near vicinity of Vadodara. In 1990s, a same incident happened in Vadodara. in another lake
Correct.
next to this lake.
The Congress has
in
pointed
which
out to it.
13 people died, Shreya. 13 people died, and you would be shocked to know that it was this same company, Kotia, which was entrusted with work in this same tragedy. Are we not supposed to blacklist these companies?
Nishant
Is
Rawal?
the municipal corporation not supposed to blacklist these companies? Is no one talking
No,
about it?
you don't. You know, it's easy to get out of a blacklist. It's easy to get out of a blacklist if you have the money to pay for it. We know how systems work in India, no?
But the
Nishant
most
Rawal,
eminent...
I think it's the Congress party that was pointing out to the fact. No, the fact, it is what it is. Nishant Rawal, but the Congress party has also been pointing out to the fact that in 1990 a tragedy had taken place. It was a boat tragedy. 13 people had died. And the people who are responsible for running the boat service, Kotias, how many people?
22 people been killed. Murdered.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Make your point.
Shreya, actually, see, first of all, I would like to thank you, Mirror, now that from your busy schedule, you got the time to raise the voice of my city, because I am from the same city, and you will be shocked. I just stay 5 minutes away from that Harni Lake where this tragedy happened. Since yesterday 5 o'clock till today, I'm talking to you, I'm debating with you. We have no enough food. We are talking to people. We are doing whatever we can. But the government in BJP and the civic bodies like Vadodara Municipality, Morbi Nagar Palika, now they are habitual to allow the act of fraud by these contractors. First of all, you understand, Vadodara Municipality, the entire office, they have 10 lakh rupees every year to spend on government teas. They spend on snakes. They all, like mayor, municipal deputy mayor, municipal commissioner, they have the government cars worth of 20 lakh rupees each, AC cars, but they does not have money to modernize their fire brigade. This fire brigade, they came to the spot, they had no enough equipments, no modern equipments. They used to use pipes. The students were being rescued through the pipe. And that's why the rescue operation took 4 hours, more than 4 hours. Another thing, even municipal corporation, they never investigate, they never done any kind of inspection at that particular lake after they giving contract to Kotia projects. They even don't spend money on lifeguard. There was no single lifeguard over there. You will be shocked.
Lifeguard.
The boat being used, it was unlicensed boat. The driver who was driving that boat is just running a chat stall near to that place. He was not official driver of that boat as well. It's shocking. It's shocking.
Oh God.
Another thing, 18 people's name is in FIR. Same like Jaisukh Patel, if you remember, Shreya, for 90 days, government of Gujarat police did not enter Jaisukh Patel name in charge sheet. After High Court of Gujarat intervened, they put the name of Jaisukh Patel in charge sheet. Same thing is happening here. 18 people's names are there in FIR. No name of Vadodara Municipality's mayor in there. No name of Vadodara Municipal Corporation's municipal commissioner's name is there. No name of deputy mayor, no name of standing committee. What's going on? Why they are not responsible? They are the civic body. They have given the
Mr.
contract
Pathania?
to Kotia projects directly.
Okay.
They are the
Mr. Pathania, what is going on?
My respectful submission to
Mr. Pathania, what is going on? Ek minute. Mr. Rawal, you've made a point. What is going on? Chartwala will drive your boat, huh? Chartwala will drive your boat. The boat is unlicensed. Your fire tenders that come for the rescue, they don't even have the basics in place. Therefore, pipes are used to rescue children. Forget anything else. There are no lifeguards in and around that boating area. That fun zone, as it is called.
Shreya, my respectful submission to everybody on board, let's be proactive and not reactive. Let's not jump to the conclusion. Let's not make
proactive तो मोरबी के बाद हो ही जाना चाहिए था ना, Mr. Pathania.
Madam, please.
We should have become proactive, and the Gujarat government and governments across this country should have become proactive after Morbi, after 135 people died barely 15 months ago.
Madam, this is what I'm saying. Let's be professional and not political on it. My respectful submission to everybody on board. Congress tried to make hay out of it.
but Congress lost it. This was basically an incident and an accident. Our response to it should be state apart. Our
this is not an accident. This is not an incident. This is not an incident. This is not an accident. And let's see the government being professional and sacking the entire Vadodara municipality and its mayor and putting them behind bars. That will be professionalism. Professionalism will be putting the name of Vadodara's mayor in the FIR. That's professionalism.
Shreya, please see the statement of the district magistrate. He says anybody who has certain photos, certain videos, any input with regard to the sorry accident at Harni, he may approach us. This is simply a first information report.
It's not an accident. Accident mat boliye isko.
Let me hand it over to crime branch. My point remains.
Let's not water down what has happened. Mr. Pathania, let's not water down what has happened. 14 children have been killed. They have been murdered. We do not feel the pain because they are not our own.
Let us.
What we should do, we know. The problem is that people who should be doing those things don't do those things. They close their eyes because they are sloths, because they are in deep slumber, and because they are deeply corrupt. That is the problem. The problem is that municipalities in this country prioritize contractors over citizens, Mr. Pathania. So please, respectfully, I'm saying this once again, don't call this an unfortunate accident. It's not an accident. It is murder. And people should hang for this.
If that's the case, whatever you said, that contracts have been allotted well affidely, the law of the land will find its own course. If that's the case, let's not jump to the conclusions.
Well, let's
see. Let's not hang the people by the tree.
Law of the land.
There's a probe.
Law of the land
is taking care of it.
Will prevail. We know that.
Let's be.
Law of the land will prevail. We know that.
Let's be anybody sure. No one will go scot free. Congress had tried to run a pan Gujarat campaign, and Morbi they failed. And you saw the election, they tried to make Morbi as a statewide issue.
No, just because, just a minute, just because the people of Gujarat voted back the BJP doesn't mean that what happened in Morbi was okay. Mr. Pathania, are you telling me that because the people of Gujarat voted back the BJP, what happened in Morbi was okay? Is that what you're saying?
That's not bad. That's not, please. I said that people of Gujarat disliked the way an issue was tried to be politicized by the Congress in the entire state of Gujarat. People disliked the way it was politicized.
It was not an issue. It was not an issue. It was a man-made tragedy which left 135 people dead. Just like this is a man-made tragedy that has left 14 children dead, Mr. Pathania. We'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much. We'll leave it there for the moment. Nishant Rawal. And some questions need to be asked to teachers as well. Why on earth, Mr. Rawal, I need to ask questions of the school and the teachers as well. You are teachers. You are the one responsible for the safety of the children in that boat. And you are okay going on the boat and putting these kids on boats without life jackets? I mean, there are questions for the school, and the school needs to be hauled up as well. I'm out of time, Mr. Rawal. I can give you 10 seconds if you want, but nothing beyond that.
Shreya, very, very quickly, there are 4 different types of bodies are involved, and they have the negligence, not only the school, but school authorities, district education officer as well, the contractor, and Vadodara Municipal Corporation. Why the district education officer? Because if any school is planning for any picnic, they have to get the permission from district education officer as well. How this district education officer allow them to get on board on that boat, which capacity is only 15 people. Total 27 people, 23 child and 4 teachers were there on board on this boat.
There are many questions.
Different bodies are involved.
There are many questions.
And nobody's name is in FIR. Nobody's name at all in FIR. Whose name in FIR? Security guard, manager, the boat driver. These kind of people's name in FIR. Where are the sharks? You have the small fishes. Where are the sharks? No names of sharks in FIR. This same thing happened with Jaisukh Patel. Same thing will happen.
I hope the Congress party keeps the pressure on the government. I hope the Congress party keeps the pressure on the government in Gujarat over this question.
we will
We leave
definitely
it there for
say
the
that.
moment, ladies and gentlemen, as we're having this discussion. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us on the broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, as we're having this discussion, as we are speaking about what has happened, let me tell you that there are 14 families in Vadodara that right now are burying their children, all aged between 10 to 14. That's the last time their parents are seeing their pictures. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much. Slipping into a quick break. There's more on the other side.